Bloomberg Audio Studios.
Podcasts, radio, news.
The single best idea in Apple Podcasts, and at that, a unique and wonderful single best idea. Abby Joseph Cohen held court at Goldman Sachs, so visible, and on the up and downs of the market, always a pinata, particularly for the bears, in her belief in investing, and that as the chart would go from the lower left to the upper right. She is now adding massive value at the Columbia Business School with her prodigious mathematics chops, her CFA Institute work, just really wonderfully moving on from Goldman Sachs to the Columbia Business School. She gave us a generous amount of time today. Abby Joseph Cohen on a solid economy, on a solid market.
It seems to me that we do have an economy right now that is extremely solid. We have never seen in recent decades as strong a labor market as we have now. Wages are rising at a rate that now exceeds inflation, which is helpful, particularly for middle income and lower middle income families that have been having trouble. We have enormously strong profits. Return on equity for the S&P 500 is at an extremely high level. In fact, it might be the highest ever. So things are, in fact, solid. Mm-hmm. What I worry about always is that already priced into the market, right, yeah. Number one. And number two, the policies that helped get us to this, are they potentially in danger? So this is obviously a big political point. In the United States right now, policies may be changing. And among the things that I worry about, for example, would be a movement towards more significant tariffs.
Abby Joseph Cohen, and we devote the single best idea to a wide-ranging discussion. Background, 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, a small firm downtown named Goldman Sachs put out a really learned report saying, hello, usually when we apply technology and innovation to a system, costs go down, CapEx goes down, et cetera, et cetera. And somehow with AI, we're going to apply AI, and it's going to be expensive. Costs could even go up. Big statement, got a huge splash within the investment zeitgeist. Abby Joseph Cohen's been thinking about this. Of course, her tilt always is to find the value. And she'll look at the 483 other stocks that are out there. She was collegial about the team she knows at her old Goldman Sachs. But the view from Columbia Business School on AI is interesting.
What many have been hearing for the past 6 months in particular has been that companies that have been investing heavily in AI are saying they're not yet seeing the return. Economists throughout the country are saying they're not really seeing the productivity enhancements yet from AI. Now, it could be that the analyses are looking at data in a premature stage. Maybe things will improve, but clearly AI has been quite expensive at this point. There was a race in many industries to take on as much AI investment as possible, and it might take a little while to digest.
And I should point out off camera, she really emphasized the mystery about the electricity, the power, almost the thermodynamics of what we do with our AI future. A week ago, it was another Friday, and then we have had horrific politics, an assassination attempt, all that we saw in Milwaukee on our way to Chicago. Amory Horder today was particularly brilliant on saying, lose the speculation, lose the rumor, just what are the actual reportable facts we can report. She was very, very strong in that today. There also can be moments of lightness. Wedbush is a wonderful firm. And, of course, they've got value adds. Michael Pachter there is iconic in technology analysis. For some reason, in a weak moment, he hired Dan Ives, who's made a huge splash in technology, not only with a buy on Apple and others, but also in his global wardrobe that he wears. He inflicts that upon me as he can. We had Alicia Reese in with us today. They're wonderful analysts on Netflix. We talked about Netflix and, the streaming and all that. And then we asked Ms. Reese, the question all of you wanted to know.
Well, we certainly do get a kick out of his outfits. I mean, he's very bright and colorful, and it's exciting, and he's just the nicest guy. He's really, really sweet and fun and lively. So his personality is genuine, as you see him on TV.
I can assume the senior management of Wedbush Securities could care less if he's light and cheerful. They just want him to get the buy, the hold, the sell right. Wedbush really doing well this year with a technology lift, at least up until the last 10 days. Alicia Reese there. And, of course, Eric, are we scheduled to speak to Dan Ives sometime in the rest of the year? We think so. Okay. Yeah. Dan Ives scheduled to be with us, of course, tech earnings season coming up. We're out on YouTube, and if you want to help on that, subscribe to Bloomberg Podcasts on YouTube. You get all of our efforts, including Joe Matthew and Kaylee Lyons' Balance of Power. And then, of course, on Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well. And on Apple Podcasts, Single Best Idea.